This is lesson 22, equal group problems with fractions. So what we're looking at is we're looking at fractions of a number again. So we're looking at something like how much money is 3/5 of a $3? So we have $3 and we're looking for 3/5 of the $3. How we solve this is we use division, okay? The equal groups tells you we are dividing. So we divide $3 by the number of groups we want to put it into, which is 5. Because remember, again, when we look at fractions, the bottom number is how many things we have all together, and the top number, the numerator, is what we are looking at. So we are only looking at 3 of those groups, but we have 5 groups all together. So we're going to take the $3 and we're going to divide it by 5. Okay, so 5 goes into 3 0 times. 5 goes into, bring up my decimal, 5 goes into 30 6 times, which is 30. Take away equals 0, bring down my 0. 5 goes into 0 0 times, which is 0, take away equals 0. Okay, so that means I'm left with 60 cents. Okay, which means for each group, there is 60 cents in it. So I have 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in each of these groups, I have 60 cents. Okay, because that's what I've just done. I've just figured out what is in each group of 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In each group, there is 60 cents. Okay, now if I said 60 cents, I would be wrong because I'm looking for 3 of the 5 groups, not 1, but 3. So I need to look at all 3 of these groups. So now I need to add and say 60, add 60, add 60. What is my answer? Well, 60 add 60 is 120. Add 60 is 180. So we have $1.80 is 3/5 of $3. Okay, again, I took my $3, I separated it into how many groups I wanted. I wanted 5 groups in all, so I did $3 divided by 5. I got 60. Now 60 is only one group. I have 5 altogether. So if I draw this out and think to myself, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 60. If I add 3 of those groups together, because that's what we're looking at, I get $1.80. That is my answer. The other way of doing this, if you don't want to do drawing, is you take the 60, or the 0.60 in this case, and you times it by 3. Okay, that's the second way of doing this. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18. Bring down my decimal with 2 things behind it. Okay, that is your equation. That is what you are doing. You divide and then you add or multiply. Okay, these two numbers tell you what you need to divide and add or multiply by. Let's take a look at one more together. Let's take a look at percentage. So what percent of a whole circle? So I have a whole circle, okay? And we're looking for what percent, that's my percent sign, of the circle is 1/5, okay? Now, when you are working with percentages, you have to remember that you're just actually creating another fraction. When you're looking at percentages, you have the numerator, which is the number you were looking at, and you have how many you have altogether. Well, when we're looking at percentages, the number you have altogether is always 100. Okay, that is your denominator. Now, whatever your top is going to be is going to be the percentage, because the percent is always that number out of 100. So we're looking at 1/5 of 100. So I'm going to divide 100 by 5. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay, so that means I have 5 groups of 20. Remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 100. Okay, 5 groups of 20 make 100. I'm only looking at one of these groups, which means my percentage is 20%. Okay, 20% of the circle is 1/5 of the circle. Now, if this was changed and I asked for 3/5 of the circle, my first steps are still the same. I'm still taking 100 because 100 is a whole when we're talking about percents. Still taking 100, dividing it by 5, and getting 20, and getting 5 20s. Now, at this point, you have up to you. I can either write out 3 20s and add them together, or I can take 20 and multiply it by 3. Okay, it is up to you what you would like to do. But you need to remember that this number you are dividing. This number, if we're going for the fast way, is multiplying. Okay, that is what that fraction is telling you. What you need to divide by, what you need to multiply by. So for this one, it is 2, 4, 6, 60. It would be 60% of the circle is 3/5 of the circle. That is Equal Group Problems with Fractions, Lesson 22, Course 1.